fire, 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 fire. We need to shame men who hide their political beliefs while dating more. Oh my god, dude. I've seen countless cases of openly left-leaning women go on dates with men who either say they don't care for politics or is left-leaning, as well as only to drop the truth bomb months or years into the relationship when they know their girlfriend is too invested in them to emotionally break up. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this is so funny. This is gonna be a banger. I can't wait to keep reading how a bunch of Karens can't find love because they're political schizophrenics that only want a man who will agree with every, like, fleeting emotional opinion. This is extremely manipulative, and to me, it's a form of trapping. Because they know you're too emotionally dependent to actually leave them. No, sweetie, that's just you. The thing is, when they reveal the truth, these men will act like they're the victim, that how dare you not accept that they lied to you, and that it's difficult for them to hide these beliefs too, and that since they accepted yours, you should accept them as well. Chat, this is written by someone who just became an adult, like a child adult. 18 to 21 years old. I bet you money. Dang, that's kind of bigoted of her. Yeah, you think so? I think you're right. Number one, what if a lot of these dudes actually, unironically, do not like politics and they really do avoid it? And then as they get older, maybe they start getting interested in politics that start to affect their life. You know, that actually does happen, and they start to, like, care more. Yeah, additional 2005 is their username. 05 tracks his birth year. Yeah, wait, actually, that's a good point. It could be 2005. They're only 20. Only 20, I say, but... Like, are you such a fucking retard that you can't wrap your mind around that being a possibility? Yeah, I feel like a lot of people that get older, they get into politics as they grow older because it affects them more. And by the way, I love that the only example that she cites is that in this, like, imaginary scenario where the man, quote unquote, like, hides his fucking beliefs, right? She says he accepted her for her beliefs, and she should accept them too. Like, do you think that's like a gotcha? You're just describing like a pretty reasonable, like, man that loves you despite disagreeing with your politics. I thought that's what relationships were about, chat. But you can't do the same for him. You just can't fucking do it. Because you're unmedicated and you need help. You're literally making men's points for them. The cognitive dissonance is just pathetic. Yeah, but how can I marry a Nazi? No! The double standard is crazy. I know, man. I feel like as long as you're reasonable and you're in a relationship and your entire identity isn't revolving around politics, I feel like it's fine to not agree on everything that you know, every single thing that you might, you know, come up in a relationship. I myself, a dated man who knew I was openly leftist and still pursued me. He looks like your typical... Wait, what? He looks like your typical leftist man and told me he wants to be child-free, and our relationship was not traditional at all. So when I found out he was an alt-right guy this entire time, of course I left him. Holy, dude, this run-on sentence is kind of crazy. But the funny thing is he was the one who acted like the victim. It was very defensive when I called him out on his hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Oh, shit. Damn, the hypocrisy. Damn. These men want the perks progressiveness, but also uphold the patriarchy for their own privileges. They just want the best for them, and it is so normalized to lie about things like this while dating, and I think we should shame these men more because men will not hold men accountable. This was an entire run-on sentence, by the way. There was no period in between, nor a comma. Maybe like one comma. That is crazy. I hate people who can't write sentences. It's such a pain to read because I start having to insert pauses where I know I should be doing them. What do you want to bet that this guy that she's talking about in this like last paragraph about literally just wanting to like own a gun or something? Like, one thing she disagrees with, and she's labeling him as alt-right. This sub is such, like, it's such a flaming pile of garbage. And the sad part is when I read these, I feel like I'm reading posts made by, like, a teenager or something. But it's not. It's usually an adult. Usually. It's pathetic. And these are adult women, chat. Living in the most privileged time for women, arguably, like the most privileged, in the most privileged countries for women in the history of the world until this point, and up until recently, also countries that push DEI that favored white women more than any other group of people, and it's like unironically not even close. Like, I don't know, man. Let's change that? I don't think it needs to change, guys. Come on, don't be like all like, oh, we need to take women's rights away and like we need to stop them from voting. Like, but let's be realistic. It is like not. It's yes, the pendulum will swing. Exactly. You will get people who are alt-righters. I'm kidding. I know, but some people listening will probably be like, Alana's so based. We need to take women's rights away. And I'm like, okay, well, chat, if we take women's rights away, I'm not gonna stream, or I'm not gonna be able to stream. Come on, calm down. I still like my job, okay? Anyway, I wanna read some comments. Like, reminder, chat, this is a sub full of retarded women. They are a minority. Don't doom about women because of the sub. It's the same reason why I don't doom about men when I read men on like subreddits, okay? 5K upvotes though? I know. Chat. I've seen some really incel-y shit on Reddit, okay? Okay, let me read this. This is the top comment. I went on a date with a guy who didn't seem like a right-winger, but told me over text later that this is his last attempt at dating. Ended the second he said he liked Ben Shapiro. He said he'd gotten this reaction a lot and he'd struggle with dating because of how common it was. He got real mad when I told this attempt was abruptly ending too. The thing is, I told him I just moved out of a red state to get away from MAGA land and conservative policies that were severely impacting my life before the date. Bro sent himself to get his feelings hurt. The last thing I said to him was to maybe think about why his views were a deal breaker for every woman he spoke to, but I doubt he did. Chat, I'm gonna be realistic. If someone voted for Joe Biden, I wouldn't care. I don't get it. Yeah, MAGA land. What the fuck is MAGA land, by the way? What does that even mean? Who the fuck can just afford to I'ma leave this state? I feel like it's cap. I feel like people like this love to lie and say that they moved away, but it's just for like brownie points. Genuinely, I think that's what's happening. I just want to ask who they voted for. Well, if, like, for example, like, maybe one day at the dinner table with, like, another couple, they ask them and it comes out that they voted for Biden. I don't care. Genuinely. Like, it's just weird. Why are you so fucking fixated? It's like, oh my god, you fucking voted for X. You voted for Y. I'm not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, how dare you? Yes, how dare you? I don't like this place means MAGA land. What about states that were blue and then they flipped to red? What does that mean? That doesn't mean that they're quote unquote MAGA land. Like, what the fuck? And this is a funny anecdotal story. I remember there was a very, very, very hardcore leftist in a Discord that I was in. They weren't like horrible or anything, but there was another person there that was very much also a leftist, and they started fighting in chat because the hardcore leftist that said that people who are on the left shouldn't be so against guns, and that they own a firearm, and they posted like pictures of it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, the other guy started flipping the fuck out at him and being like, no, guns are bad, no. And I'm like, wow, they're actually fighting each other. This is real life. Yeah, it's a good thing to own your firearm. And if you're a leftist and you are into that whole, like, you know, I'm gonna fight the, you know, the government or whatever, I'm gonna fight the system. By that logic, yes, you shouldn't be so against guns. But, I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe think about why your views are such a deal breaker for every woman, by the way. Like, all women think this way, chat. She's trying to tell him He'll never find a girlfriend as long as he likes Ben Shapiro. It's just so funny to me. You are a minority. The mass majority of people do not care about politics this much. Most people don't even know who the fuck Ben Shapiro is, I'm gonna be honest. Historically, the majority of the population, at least in the US, don't even fucking vote. What is the voting turnout? Is it like fucking 40% or something? I think that changed in recent years, but like the point still stands. Most people don't actually care that much. Like I kind of want to look it up. What is the percentage voter turnout for presidential elections? Oh, it's higher. It's actually 66%. But yeah, 30% of people don't vote. That's 1 in 3 people. Yeah, I don't know. Dead people turn up more. Okay, chill on me. Hold on. Come on, chill on me. Wait, what? That's still a lot of people. Yeah, but 30% not voting means that 1 in 3 people that you talk to just don't care about politics and they don't vote. What does it say? That's the entitlement many of these men have. They cry about their loneliness and mental health. By that, they mean you should fix them even when it comes at the cost of your own good, because God forbid you want rights. They cry about their loneliness and mental health. They are mad that they aren't getting laid, but you're a liberal. You're supposed to be a whore. What does this even mean? Who says this? I've never heard this in my entire life. You're a liberal, so that means you're a whore. I've never heard a man say that in my entire fucking life. Who says this? Normal people don't say this. Like, maybe you read this on 4chan or something? Yeah. I wouldn't say it out loud. Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, people on 4chan would say this, obviously. Look at her profile name. JT Misseltits! Nah! 100,000 karma? And they have a cat profile picture. Dude, sometimes these jokes actually write themselves, chat. There's no way. Nah. What the fuck? Yeah, she's a cat lady. How old's the account? 2016. 100,000 karma in 9 years is kind of strong. Fake post didn't happen, calling it? No, because normal people don't say, but you're a liberal, you're supposed to be a whore. They might think it, but they don't say it out loud to someone. Like, I would never, man. The fuck? Even if I think like that, even if I did think like that. Doesn't hold a candle to the gooning and hating guy. He have over 1 million in 2 years? Dude, that guy was insane. Let me keep reading. What is this? He got real mad when I told this attempt was abruptly ending too. This made me giggle and even choke on my coffee. Things that never happened. I'll take for $1 million, chat. Ha ha ha! I giggled and like choked on my coffee. Ha ha ha! Who does this? Who thinks like this in real life and then types it out in a Reddit comment? Red wine and popcorn. Oh, she's a red wine mom. Yeah. Cat profile. Look at this little kid cat. Same thing happened to me, except for the Ben Shapiro part. Insert Andrew Tate here. My empty-brained Dade didn't even realize he was being rejected because of this. I chose not to educate these types and leave some of these flags for the other women to see. You're welcome. Chat, I do go outside and I do talk to people. People don't know who Andrew Tate are, like, or is. Andrew Tate's understandable. Okay, hold on, but pause. I don't think, like, normal people know who Andrew Tate is. I don't know what kind of people you're meeting. I don't think I've ever met a person that was, like, in real life being like, oh yeah, I know who Andrew Tate is. Like, I've only ever heard it online. He's a dick and a stupid asshole and he's convicted felon and all that, but, like, realistically, who the fuck are you meeting? Yeah, he's internet famous, not, like, mainstream famous. I would say you're more likely to meet someone who would know who Ben Shapiro is than fucking Andrew Tate. I just love looking at these profiles. The thing that gets me is that where are a wealth of women out there who share their values, like-minded individuals who are everything they could ask for. for that they can be their true authentic selves around, but many of them notably don't go for them. And I am convinced that it's because for them the deception is part of the appeal. I have a theory that for some, particularly the evangelical conservatives, the fancy themselves as being like Christ saving Mary Magdalene, or the classic myth of the noble hero lifting up the fallen woman or taming the witch. Chad, I live in a fairly like chill neighborhood. I've never met in my entire like time, like in the entire I've lived in this like town, and I've never had people preaching. Why are you bringing up Evangelion? Oh, Topics, you're so innocent. Evangelion. That's so funny. Evangelion. Yeah, why are you bitch bringing in Evangelion, man? Well, go back to watching animation, bitch. Get in the robot, Shinji! They want women who make a lot of money and are open to kinky sex and will be working mothers so they don't have to be providers. Who? I want to find these men that are into kinky sex and I work and then they like just are a fucking dildo on the bed. I want to find men like that. What the fuck? Where does this bitch find? $300,000 karma points in 4 years. Yeah, okay, I understand. You actually don't go outside and talk to people. Dude, these Reddit addicts are fucking crazy. Oh my god. 200,000 in 9 years. How much karma do I have, I wonder? Like 2,000 maybe? In like 3 years? Bro, the unemployed are gathering there. Dude, the unemployed are having such a good time. God, I want to be unemployed. Gross, you're right. I also think part of it is traditional conservative women are more likely to want to reserve sex for marriage, at least among the religious. And men want all the benefits of the progressive women, more sexually open, less likely to expect him to be the full provider, and they don't feel bad about deceiving women to get those benefits. It's super shitty. Bye, Queen! Yes, Queen! You're so right. Men are just pigs. Progressive women also make their own money and are okay with a partner to share financial responsibility with or even vastly out-earn their partner. All conservative women that I have known in my life think that earning money in a family should be on the man. Okay. Why is that a problem? Like, what if you want to be a stay-at-home wife? Why is that a problem for another woman to, like, decide what to do? If they have a job themselves, they would prefer dating a man who earns more than themselves. Some of them prioritize the income of their partner to a point that if they don't make enough money or do not have a high enough earning potential, they will not date them. So a lot of conservative women are way more upfront about that aspect. Wait, no! I've seen the opposite, though. We've seen so many videos about women in like cities saying that they're going clubbing and the women are the ones saying that they should earn $200,000 like minimum at 25 years old, which is not realistic. Like there's 0.1% of the people in a state earning that kind of money, and even less than that probably 25 years old. I knew a woman who asked men prior to the first date what they make for a living and their job aspects and their height. What a bitch! She didn't consider herself strictly conservative, but she believes women should defer to men in a relationship and has very strong opinions about LGBTQIA+ people or even single women. Why do you care about people that don't affect your life? What is going on? I feel like when you're dating, it should just be you and the other person, not like opinions on other people that don't affect you. What? How mentally ill are you? I'm so lost. There are plenty of Donalds out there who are more than happy to accept the yoke of the patriarchy. I think I just had an aneurysm reading this. What is off Donald? Is that like a Donald Trump reference? What? It's pretty clear they'd be miserable with a progressive woman who refuses to tolerate their backward nonsense anyway. Of Donald's. Excellent. That's getting added to the repertoire. 300,000, almost 400,000 fucking updudes. Dude, the higher your comment karma is, the more deranged you are. I'm convinced. Yeah, and 18 plus account, both of them, by the way. 14 years on fucking Reddit. That's probably the case for some, but I think for most of them, it's more that women who share their values are both rarer and harder to please. Trad wife types expect a man who makes good money so that she can stay home and live a comfortable lifestyle. They might not be willing to have sex until marriage. A lot of them just modestly, but like not in a cute way. What the fuck is this fucking weird shit? Look at these women shaming other women for not dressing sluttily enough. What are we doing? Like, I go out in a t-shirt and jeans sometimes. Like, does that mean I'm not, like, I'm conservative? What does that even mean? They don't really think of men as having emotional needs, so they wouldn't be very supportive of that. Oh my God. Oh my God, 800,000 karma in fucking 10 years? That's actually, that is actually insane. And they have a hag profile picture of a Simpsons character. Oh my God. Dude, she should get with the guy that hates and goons to Asmongold and Ref says Deso. Dude, this is insane. Policing how women dress and then saying like they might not be willing to have sex until marriage. What is wrong with you? FYI, the figure of Mary Magdalene was for a long time ignored by the church as a female apostle was not a brand for a long time, so even that needs saving. It's not particularly a thing in the book. It's really the worst of the patriarchy disguised as religion. Oh my God. They like to take free liberal women and put them in a cage! Exactly this! And it's disgusting! Why do they always have insane numbers of fucking updudes? Chat, help me! Chat, you hate women. You put liberal women in cages. Every single one of you. You want to put them in the cage. You want to slave them up. Women trashing other women for Reddit points has got to be the most peak for Western civilization. Yeah, women used to kind of work together somewhat, you know? Yeah, there used to be like dramas and stuff within the courts about women, you know, fucking princes and courtiers and what is it called? I don't know, dukes. And now we've devolved into like shit talking other women that you will never meet into your entire life while not dating men at all. I have 5 women caged up right now. I have 5 women in my refrigerator right now, heads and all. My wife is in her cage right now, says Crab Lord 33. I put my wife in the chamber while I'm watching VTubers, don't you know? Childish lashing out via Reddit. Dude, imagine the echo chamber in this bitch, dude. This is crazy. And almost every single one of them has over 100,000, if not more, updudes over like 10 years. The courts are full of shit-talking women too? Yes, but they were there. Like, these women were... Okay, the women that these people are shit-talking, like the women that this chick is talking about, she will never meet them in real life. She's literally venting to people she will never... venting about women she will never meet in her entire life. She doesn't want to date women. Like, I understand the courts full of shit-talking women and backstabbing each other, because at least there's like a... I don't know, there's an incentive to do it, right? Like, you wanna fuck that duke, and you wanna get his money, and you wanna have kids with him, because then you're gonna live your life comfortably and not be a peasant or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is all just, this is just bullshit. Like, there's nothing. What is an echo chamber? Reddit. Reddit is an echo chamber. I'm so glad these girls are terminally online. Unfortunately, these people are allowed to vote, and it sucks because they cancel out everyone else's vote that tries to be reasonable. Yeah. That's what sucks about it. Like, yeah, I'll, you know, contain them online and stuff, but then it's like, yeah, but then, you know, there's an echo chamber of Reddit people, of women, being like, yeah, I fucking hate men. Men are such fucking scumbags. Everyone who's not thinking exactly like I do, I need to not date them. Like, okay, fine. Oh, we can't agree on Ben Shapiro. We can't agree on Andrew Tate, but like everything else, like, Jesus Christ. Someone will make another woman think her friends are her enemies? Yeah, I mean, that's common. It's just how girls are. It's probably code, but I believe these liberal types and incels are the 10% sides of the bell curve. Yeah, but they are a very loud vocal minority. I agree. There are people who are incels who are conservatives that behave just like this. They might not go on Reddit or and you know, they might go on like 4chan or like Discord or whatever, which is fine. Like, I'm just saying, like, they are the vocal minority. Men lie so much. If you conservative, go get a conservative woman! Oh, not safe for work profile. Nice. I've had a man told me he doesn't date conservative women because he doesn't agree with every conservative takes. And his type, goth, leftish women, lol, so he went out of his way to lie about his view to date me. Guys, you heard it here first. Women who have black hair and dress like kind of like goths, they have to be left-leaning. You hear that shit, chat? Goth women are only left-leaning. We like to box up people into categories because we can't think of anything. Yeah. Yeah, there's no conservative goths available. Yeah, they don't exist. Just like there's no, I don't know, gun people who are left-leaning? Yeah. Hold on, last one. They don't date conservative women because they secretly hate any obligation to fulfill conservative expectations for men, such as being sole providers, paying the bills, projecting machismo all the time. I'm not gonna lie, machismo is such a weird thing to say about, like, categorizing it as conservative. I've met plenty of people who are left-leaning that are machismos, or they're macho men. Like, what are we talking about here? Why do you categorize people like this constantly? I wouldn't be able to live my life like this if I had to constantly, like, go outside, I see someone dressed in a certain fashion, and then boom, like, oh, they're conservative, or they're a leftist, or this person is center. It's like, why do you think like this? I don't go out and look at a man who might be, like, I don't know, carrying a bag and being like, oh, well, that person must be trans, or that person must be gay. It's like, what? Who thinks like this? Maybe they just wear a bag because their girlfriend's in the store. Like, what? Why do political views even matter in dating? Why do political views matter in dating when we're dating and it's the first date? I agree. I think there has to be some degree of agreement in some regards, but, like, that's down the line. Maybe like a couple of months in, maybe like a year. I don't know. Like, early on, but not soon enough where you're like, whoa, 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 you're asking me who I voted for? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know. These people are crazy.